What's up, my brother? Runners might be the most important role in the game right now. The meta is crazy. Yes, everyone hits like a truck, and if your runner can't even survive for 2 seconds, it's GG. So today, my brother, we're breaking down the top 8 must-have runners in OPBR 2025 version, by the way. So enough yapping, and let's start running. Well, a lot of you keep asking me, brother, who's the best runner right now? Who should I invest in? Who's actually meta and not just hype? So this video might be for you though, brother. So before we go into the list, the problem right now in OPBR, OPBR right now is full of busted units, right? Insane AoE, one-tap skills, and just crazy units out there. And then you have Kizaru, yeah, running around deleting everybody for fun. So being a runner right now in the meta, it's tough. Only the strongest survive. Alright, so jumping in our number 1 is Light Element Runner Gear 5 Luffy. This unit is just different in my opinion. He might be a runner, but it still feels like the old Gear 5 Luffy who can be a runner, defender, and attacker at the same time. His traits, insanely helpful. His capture ability, he can capture outside the treasure area, making him the most unique runner in the game. Yes, he can get one tapped by Garp or countered by Saturn, but that doesn't mean he's unplayable. If you dodge properly, use your skills properly, you clap them back. This Gear 5 is just that good. But of course, if you're doing good in OPBR, your team will sell 90% of the time. 100% true, okay? So just have fun with this Gear 5 Luffy, and yeah, you can win some, you will lose some, and I think that is normal when it comes to this type of games. My number 2 is Roger V2. The old man is still cooking. This was the hardest spot to pick, to be honest, but hear me out. Roger V2 is still number 2. He deserves number 2. Why? Because even in this crazy meta, he can still clutch games. His skill 2 is a massive W. Everyone spams skills nowadays, right? Well, his skill 2 says, go ahead, hit me, and then returns the damage back to you. That's big for a runner, in my opinion. He also has stun, good damage, and the best part, he can clap Gear 5 Luffy. Yes, he struggles versus Kizaru, Garp, and Saturn at some point, but for an old EX, this man still competes. Respect the legend, of course. Number 3 is Lucci. People think he's an attacker, but nope. He's a runner who can turn into an attacker when he wants to. He's top 3 because number 1, his survivability is kinda good. His skills give him invulnerability windows. You know what I mean? When fighting Lucci, it feels like he is untouchable. That's how I feel though every time I fight him. It's because he have a lot of skills. Like he can change from human form to awakened form, which is very good though. Also, his retake ability is top tier for me, okay? For me. I don't know about you, but for me, his retake ability is top tier because of his damage output. He can be an attacker and clap the defender. Even if he's in solos, he can still retake, which is, I think, very good. He's a one-man army at some point. His human form skill 1 turns him into a rat. Like, he's nowhere to be found if you're gonna check him in the map. And as a player who looks in the minimap most of the time, yeah, I can't see him properly, you know? Like, sometimes I'm getting shocked, like, oh, he's capping already. I didn't see him, because, yeah, 80% of the time I'm looking in the minimap. So, yeah, I think that is one of the biggest trait of Lucci. And Lucci isn't a pure runner as Gear 5 or Roger, but he's one of the best retake runners in the entire game, in my opinion, okay? And he's a fun unit to use though. Number 4 is Niji, the teleporting ninja. Niji is low-key one of the best bounty fest runners out there, 100%. His perfect dodge, it teleports you to the enemy, which is insane. For punishing players like Kuzan who think spamming is a personality trait, well, yeah, like he can teleport to Kuzan, which is good though. And then, yeah, try to clap Kuzan and go for the flag. And Niji, his shield is what makes him shine, in my opinion. Units with shields, they always perform well, honestly. Not everyone, okay? Not everyone, but some units with shields, yeah, they always perform. Niji is no exception though. He may not be EX level, but he absolutely one of the Bounty Fest units that is very, very good in the current meta. Number 5 is Dark Runner Jinbei. Now listen, he's actually strong. You could put him in number 2, but for me personally, I struggle more against Roger V2 than this Jinbei. Jinbei is a good alternative runner if you don't have Gear 5 or other strong EX units, but the issue is simple. The meta is full of units with insane burst damage. If Jinbei could survive that consistently, he would be top tier. But right now, he's great but manageable. He can still clutch, he can do crazy things as a runner if the defender is in NPC mode. Number 6 is EX Oden. Playable but not great. He's okay, not bad, not amazing. His character adjustment helped, but not enough to push him back to top tier runners. His biggest downside, he can ignore enemies in treasure only when there are 15 seconds left. Meanwhile, modern runners ignore enemies anytime. Well, not anytime, but it feels like anytime. You know what I mean? Just like Gear 5. Feels like it's anytime. Once you push them back or you are in a giant form, you can just ignore them. Okay, how about Fuji? If Fuji has the speed buff, he can ignore the enemies. So you can work on that though. You know what I mean? But Oden or EX Oden, when there are 15 seconds left, he can ignore the enemies. So you kinda need to wait, or you kinda want him to play when it's 15 seconds left. You know what I mean? So he's good when it comes to clutching, but I kind of feel like they did Oden kind of dirty though. But overall, still playable, still okay. Okay, number 7 is Sabo. Sabo is still good because of his skill 2. You can spam it. Once you get the timing, you can survive a lot longer. But his biggest problem is Kizaru. If the enemy team has Kizaru, it's pain. You're done. Sabo out of the game already. But if they don't, then Sabo is really solid and can pop off. Since Kizaru is his hard counter, it's so hard. Okay, it's so hard. But at some point, he's playable. He's fun. Actually fun unit. But in this current meta where everyone has crazy AoE and insane damage, he struggles. But still earns a spot in top 8 though. Okay, for number 8, it's getting tougher and tougher for me though. But I think Vegapunk and Blue now should be in number 8. These two shares the same purpose, in my opinion. Capture flag, get clap, repeat. Okay, but they can clutch, you know. They're not top tier runners, but they can win games. In the last 10 seconds, in the last 30 seconds, they can win it because of their movement and sneaky playstyle. You know what I mean? If you don't have any meta runners, these two are your emergency options, okay? And they do the job. Let's say Bluno is getting one tap, but he can still cap. You know what I mean? So our motto in OPBR, or my motto in OPBR, cap and get clap, and that's it. So I think it's the same for Vegapunk. Since Vegapunk is in the wrong meta, kind of feels like he is easy to clap, you know. When using Gear 5, since there's a lot of Gear 5s out there, one tapping Vegapunk is a piece of cake. So I think they have the same purpose as a runner. Cap and get clap, and that's it until you win the match. Alright, we're gonna hop into special mentions. I'm not gonna explain more with these units right here, but Davy Back Sanji, still good. Runner Fuji, still good. Egghead Nami, still good. Dark Runner Uta, still good. They didn't make the top 8, but they are still good in certain matches, okay? And honestly, right now, runners need something like a shield or traits like S-Shark and King V1 where you can dodge 3 hits while capturing, because that's the only real counter to Saturn if you're using a runner. But the real problem, brother, Kizaru. Mr. Tenapi's sir, please, not remove him from the game, but please, at some point, you can nerf this guy right here. OPBR would instantly be 30% healthier when that happens though. Alright, so that's my top 8 runners for the 2025 meta, or in the current meta. Let me know your list in the comments, and who did I miss? Who should move up or down, and what are your thoughts? Let me know. So yeah, you know the drill. Stay salty, stay awesome, and salty rock. Now signing off.